February 24, 10 o'clock. So a lot of the neighbor farmer has started to harvest the rice field. There's quite a bit of yellow, and across the road they're harvesting over there. There's 2 or 3 reapers doing their job. So the submer is working, and that's the outflow. It's still cloudy, and I'm here to look at the rice. They are on the ripening stage. So with the rain and wind, it impacted the pollination. It can't be helped. So with La Nina, the clouds will last until the 3rd week of February. This is the 3rd week of February, so I think it's going to follow the schedule that the clouds will dissipate the last week of February. So that's something that I have to keep in mind when finding out that it's going to be La Nina. I expect the clouds to be like this, the cloud cover to remain until end of February. With El Nino, it's different. So February was sunny for El Nino. So we harvested 7 tons per hectare. So I don't know if we're going to get or the harvest yield is going to be 7 tons. Hopefully we'll have 7 tons, and the target is 8 tons per hectare. So hopefully we will be there. We'll see. It looked like they are past the milk stage. They're now in the dough stage, and then after that the hardening stage. So I think next week, between now and next week, it will be the hardening stage for this location. So we'll see how that's going to be transpiring. So I'll be visiting almost daily probably. So I'm checking submer number 1. So 359 volts, almost 2800, not almost, it's 2800 RPM. Amps is at 4, watt is at 1500. So hopefully I will have time to computer control these things. So this is submer number 3. The flow rate looks to be like 20 cubic meter per hour. Looks to be. And the voltage is at 365. The RPM is at 3200. Amps is at 4.4. Watts at 1600 watts. So that could be correct. That could be like 20 to 22 cubic meter per hour. This is Laod, location Laod. So pretty much they're also in the ripening stage, and I think they've gotten past the milk stage. They're now in the dough stage. So look like Muñoz and Laod will be in the same week to be harvested. And this is our neighbor. I don't know what kind of breed the rice is. It looks pretty good. So yeah, hope we have a good yield. This is also the other hectare. So that's the same thing. I think this thing was planted a little bit later, so the other one was planted a little bit earlier. However, at the end of the day, that week, whatever that week is, will be the for both hectare. I think it'll be the harvest time. So this is Mormon. They're still in the flowering stage. So probably middle March that they will be harvested. So yeah, that's how it goes. So I'm here in Bilya. These were planted last week, November 28th, something like that. So a lot of them now are ripened. There's still some areas that are green. So when harvesting, you gotta make sure that over 80% of the seeds are ripened, because they will haggle you to death, and they say, well, there's too much green, and so for example, instead of getting 20 pesos, they'll bring it down to 19 or 18. So currently the running price is 16 to 17 peso. Hopefully when we start the harvest, it would be around 20 peso. Hopefully. Pray. That's the other thing, that the uncertainties can be mitigated by prayers, because the hope has to be there. And yeah, still a lot of greens. These areas, patches are green. So I think maybe this week will be harvested, maybe. So we'll see. Now the thing about shading, the sun shades, is it delays the ripening stage of the plants. Also, if there's far too much water, it also delays the ripening stage of the plant. It extends it. It's good and bad. It's good that all of them will catch up with each other. The bad part is actually the schedule. So the calculated harvest time for this is this week. So that looked like it's probably going to be by Friday that we will harvest. The thing that I've learned is, if you harvest on a Friday, you don't get paid. Why? Because the buyer will reason it out. They have to go to the bank, it's too late, and then Saturday there's no bank, that sort of thing. So I told the guys, either we harvest on a Monday or a Thursday. So that's how it works, because no banks is open on a Saturday. There are, but however they only open like 4 hours. The closes, the bank closes before noon. So not all of them do that. Not all of the banks are open. BDO is open, Metro Bank is open, but they close early. So that's muddy. There's always the risk of getting muddy. So I'm just gonna go over to the submer. The rice field, they were given fertilizer late. The reason for the lateness is I couldn't budget the fertilizer. So, and I noticed that some part the yield might be not to expected 8 tons per hectare. Something. So, the submer is squirting. So needs to be nice. There are room for improvement. I was just curious. There are streak of, here is a row of green, there is a row of yellow. don't understand the wherefores. Something that I have to ask later. Why is it like this? So after the distance over there is another summer. I couldn't pay the electric bill, so it's been cut off. Anyway, I don't think it needs to be flooded. So into the distance toward Doña Concha, it's yellowing, ripening. So it's that over there up into the west. So this week, next week, a lot of this area would be harvested. So this is an old well. I think it's 12 meters down. It's too deep. And there's no casing. If there was casing, I'd be putting solar here. And the old engine is simply left. And the old engine is simply left here. Oh wow. So yeah, I pray to God we have good yield. So this is Pasao. Most likely maybe second week March. Oh, hello. Kumusta? Nakaawit ni Chogan? Mayat nga road. Okay. So some are still in the flowering stage. So let's see, last week February, first week March, could be sometime second week March that this thing will be harvested, although some of them are now going into the ripening stage. So yeah, this is the village of Barangay San Francisco, which is part of San Manuel. So off into the distance is a beautiful view of the mountain and the clouds straddling the mountains. So I'm here to visit the rice field. February 25th, 10 o'clock. So this is San Manuel. It looked like they are in the hardening stage. So hopefully we will be harvesting next week. Hopefully. At least before the middle of March. So there's quite a bit of rats here. So they're eating away at the rice. And that's typical because of the houses are nearby and there are unused rice, well, unused land. So they tend to hide in these unfollowed or followed land to hide themselves. So the rice field looks good overall, and I think this land will be harvested before mid-March. So in a couple of, well, let's see, last week February, first week March, probably the middle of March, second week March. That's probably when it'll get harvested. The houses over yonder is about 400 meters. And this is the irrigation. So it's about 1.5 meters below the rice field. And because because water comes from upstream, it's being dumped like crazy here and eroding the embankment. So depends on what I'm going to do. I'm probably gonna fix that. So the irrigation is flowing. It's been raining, so there's quite a bit of runoff. And because that's the time where rice fields are ripening, and the more water is on the rice field, the longer it takes for the rice to ripen. So that's one of the factors that needs to be added into the planting. So overall, the plants looks good. Our neighbor's plant looks good. Ours looks good. So hopefully the yield will be great in dry season. We'll see how it goes. Now I have to go back and walk that away. That's it's really difficult to traverse because it's so muddy. So this place is Amyanan. Some part are ripened, the rest are ripening. Although I can still see some are still flowering. So hopefully 1 to 2 more weeks will be the harvest time. This is manga. So some part are ripening rapidly. These yellow ones, then these. They're not ripening evenly. However, eventually they will ripen. Yeah, some part still a lot of greens. So not this week, next week. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, that will be harvesting. So basically, this is the last week of Feb. Probably next week, for sure the following week. So that's how it will transpire. So yeah, that's how it will transpire. Thanks for watching.